video lectures really seems to be a challenging feat, especially to most of us. With the recent developments that we have right now, we need to be as innovative as before. In this video tutorial, we are going to take a look at iMovie. iMovie is a built-in software for Apple's MacBook, and it is also present in the App Store. It is an app by which you are able to make and design your own videos for whatever purpose you have in mind. Do not get me wrong here. I am not an expert when it comes to video making, but nonetheless, I still want to share what I know and I just want to help. So, let us start making our video. To begin with, you must have a selection of media with you. They can be in the form of videos, images, audio, and other related files. Basically, they are the fundamental elements that we need in order for us to create our own video. So let's open the app here. So I have here some of the readily available media, and I already uploaded them in this project. So I suggest you can create your own folder wherein you're going to put all of the media that you will use so that you will be able to easily put them here, and they are readily accessible whenever you want to start making your video. The first thing that you would do is to import all the media that you will use for your video. And so we have our files here. Now, for your video to have some sort of fluidity, I suggest that you have this format: introduction, body, and ending. In my videos, I usually show an image for my intro. So for the intro, I suggest you can add your own custom photo so that you will have some sort of fluid introduction with your video. So it can be in the form of another video, or you can also use an image. So let's say, for example, I have chosen this for my intro. What I will do is to drag this file to this one. And as you can see, I now have here the file. And if you may observe, just take a look at the cursor here. You have there 4 seconds. It only means that the entire image will run in your video for 4 seconds. And as you may observe, as you pan the cursor to this image, this one moves. Yan. So try to observe that. It only means that there is some sort of effect that is activated in your video. If you want to deactivate that, you just come over here to this part, and you may choose to crop to fill or fit. If you opt to choose fit, then there will be no movement in the duration of the video. So as you can see, it is already played and there is no movement in the image. If you want an effect, you may choose Ken Burns. So let's try to play this. So if you're going to play that, you're going to have this effect. So somehow it zooms out. So if you want that effect, you may leave it as is. Next, for our video to have some sort of life, let us add some audio. So in this video that I am about to make, I have here the audio file. Let's say, for example, we have this, or you can choose whatever audio file you want. You may also download the available audio files in YouTube audio library. All of them can be used for free. Let's try this one. Let's say, for example, you have chosen this. So you're going to bring this here. This is the audio file, and then you're going to drag it here. Now, if you may observe, the audio file runs all the way up to this point. So it runs all the way up to this point. We do not want that to happen, because if you're going to allow that to happen, this is what uh, this will be the result. Okay. So the video keeps running, and we do not want that to happen. So what we should do is we're going to trim the audio file to the point that it will fit to the picture. Okay, so let's say for example you only want the audio to be around 4 seconds to match the picture. You can do that. Okay, let's try to play this. Okay, so that is what we want, so that um, the sound will be cut up to this point. Now if you may observe, there are two dots here. We have the first dot and the second dot. Now if you want your sound to have a fade effect, you may want to drag this. Let's say for example, I'm going to drag this all the way to the beginning of the audio. If I'm going to try to play that, this will be the result. So as you may observe, the sound becomes faded up to this part. So you might want to see the difference here. See, I don't know if it is just me, but for some reasons I want my video to be like that, so that there will be a smooth transition as we move on to another file. Okay, so we now have the intro part, we have the picture, we have the audio, and it is in a fade setting. Now if you want to shift into another video into another photo, uh, you might want to choose your file in the media section. Let's say for example I have this video and I'm going to put this here. Let's say for example you have a pre-recorded video of you discussing your topic. You can actually do that. You can screen record your discussion and you can bring that lesson here. Okay. Okay, so let's try to play this one. I have this video as a pre-recorded one, so let's try this. This time, what we are about to... Okay, so if you may observe, the video suddenly somehow pops up. We do not want that. So in order for us to avoid something like that, we can actually add transitions. So in the options here, you have here the transitions, and you can choose different transitions that will fit to your taste. So let's say for example, let's keep this simple. I want fade to black. Now if you want to choose this, you're going to drag this option here up to this point. And so this one, this thing, it will be the transition from this photo to this video. So let's try to play it once more. This time, see, somehow there is fluidity in the video. Okay, now of course we do not want our audio to overlap our discussion here, so we are not going to add any audio here. So that is what I also suggest to you. When you are discussing something which is very important, do not put any audio, because it might disrupt, or it may be distracting to the listeners. Okay, so just in case if you are wondering what software I used when I do a screen recording, it is actually a built-in feature of the MacBook. I think in Windows they have an app which is the screencast, by which you can use that application if you want uh, to record what is happening on your laptop. So in this case, I am screen recording the entire discussion and I am having my voice over here. So let's hear it. So if you may remember, the spontaneous generation. Okay, so that is what I am talking about. Okay. So for your video lessons, I suggest that you limit it in around I think the maximum time would be 30 minutes, because more than 30 minutes is actually um, somehow boring for the children. No? Even in our age, we tend to be bored as we listen to certain webinars that run for so many hours. So we do not want our students to have the similar experience. Okay, so let's say for example, if you want to add a picture, let's say I have here a picture of an axolotl. So by the way, an axolotl is an amphibian. Yeah, so somehow it is related to frogs or salamanders. Let's say for example, I want this image to appear in my video. So how can we do that? We can actually add the picture here. Yeah. So let's say for example, we're going to play this video to make the broth spoiled. So as you can see, the video suddenly pops, the picture suddenly pops up there. We do not want that kind of intrusion. So what we can do is to go here, video overlay settings. Now, if you may observe, if you choose cut away, this will be the result. Yan. The broth spoiled. That is cut away. But if you do not want that, you may opt to choose picture in picture. So for picture in picture, you can control the image in the video itself and you can put it here. So let's try to play it. The broth spoiled. However, another person. Okay, so as you may observe, the video and the picture is not as intrusive as before. Okay, you may also choose split screen. For split screen functionality, that will happen, but I think it is not practical for this part. So if you you can also put another video. Let's say for example, you want yourself to be shown in this part, in the bottom right part of your video. Let's say for example, you want this part wherein it shows your PowerPoint and your video here. You can actually do that with this process as well. So you may want to have another gadget with you as you record yourself, as you discuss the topic, and you're going to upload it, put it in your media, and then you're going to drag the video wherein you are discussing to this part, and you may want to choose picture in picture. In that way, you are also shown, as you discuss, your video discussing is also shown in this part. So just try to experiment. Do not do not be afraid to explore things. Do not be afraid to explore things. I think iMovie has similar interface with other video editing apps like Filmora, Splice, Power Director, I think. But I opt to choose iMovie since it is the one built in for Mac. If you have MacBook or iPhone, you can download the iMovie and you can experiment with your videos. Let's say for example, I want to end my video, so I can drag this picture as my ending part. And again, do not forget to put transitions. Let's say for example, instead of fade to black, I opt to choose fade to white. So I'm just going to drag it here, and let's try to play it. Okay, so that's it. Now let us add the audio file as well. Okay, so you're just going to drag this audio file up to this point. And if you may observe, it is again similar with the case earlier. So you're going to drag the audio way back to the point that it will fit to our ending photo. And let's try what will happen. So again, you may want to add your fade effect. Okay, so we do not want Ken Burns effect with that. Let's just fit. So you can also add an ending transition. Let's say fade to black. I'm going to add this here. Okay, so this will be the effect. And that's it. Now, I suggest you try to explore the app, Filmora, iMovie, explore whatever applications you find comfortable in using with, and you're going to end up with pretty results. Basically, these are the simplest steps that we can do upon creating our video lecture. There are still a lot of features that are available for use. Fortunately, the interface is user-friendly. We just need to explore a bit and learn for ourselves. If ever you have further questions and clarifications, you may leave them down below at the comment section. Thank you very much.